Hi there, today we're going to check out one of my latest builds. So this is a bit of an unusual one, as you can see, because it's tiny. So this is just a 21-inch scale. So for reference, a standard bass is 34-inch scale, and you can have short scale basses, which are usually around 30, and a guitar, for example, would be 25-inch, around there, 25.5, 24 and 3/4, and this is right down to 21, so it's shorter than all those, and it's also tuned to bass octave, because there's a few other mini bass instruments out there which are actually tuned to the guitar octave. So you've essentially got a 4-string guitar then, and they will use an octave pedal to be able to get that low sound. But this one doesn't need any octave pedal because it's already in the wide octave, and it's also got a magnetic pickup rather than the piezo pickup like some of the mini basses have, and it's got steel strings rather than the rubber strings. So it's just like a standard bass except in miniature. So I've done one of these before, and the customer who's commissioned this one has actually got that bass. So they really liked that and wanted another one. So the other unusual thing about this bass is the wood it's made from. So these two wings on either side and the head plate up here, these are actually made of an ancient wood called Kauri. So they call it swamp kauri or ancient kauri, and this is a wood which comes from New Zealand. And this particular piece has been carbon dated to 40,000 years old. So you can't go out and buy this type of stuff. Apparently only the native people in New Zealand are allowed to harvest it. And so this particular piece was actually brought back by the customer, and then they gave me the wood to work with. So I've actually done a full kind of build diary on this bass. If you'd like to check that out, have a look at my other videos. But in the meantime, let's have a better look at the finished bass. So this is a neck through bass, and we've got the Kauri on either side, which has some quite unusual figure in it. You can see these lines go running through it, and also maple in the middle with mahogany strips going through here. Laminated 5-piece neck, and we've got a rosewood fretboard on it. And on the headstock up here, we've got more of the Kauri, and then we've got a black accent separating the two. And also we've got black accents running either side of the wings as well. So this pickup, although it doesn't look like it, is actually a P-bass pickup. This was custom made by Armstrong Pickups, Aaron Armstrong over here in the UK. And he's made me a P-bass pickup in a soap bar casing. That's just because we didn't want the look of a P-bass pickup. We wanted the sound, but we didn't want the look, as we didn't think it'd really suit the bass. So we've got the classic P-bass sound, and we've also got, for a few more options, we've got the active circuit in here as well. This is the Glockenklang, so you've got the push-pull here for passive, and then this is a stacked bass and treble here. So I really like the Glockenklang because it's got a really neutral sound. You can have it, if it's set flat and put it in passive, you can't even hear the difference of it being on or off. So you get actual usable passive sound out of it. And the bridges here, we've got ABM individual ones, and this has got a tighter string spacing than usual. This is about 16.5mm to go with the smaller size. Up at the headstock, we've got Gotoh machine heads, and then let's have a look at the back. So let's have a look at the wood on the back. So this whole bass has been given an oil finish, which has a really nice feel to it, and feels nice and natural rather than feeling a bit plasticky like poly or lacquer can. And we've got an anodized aluminium cavity lid, which is attached with threaded inserts. And we've got a big scoop here to allow plenty of access for the higher frets. And you can see some of the cool figure in this Kauri which comes through on the edges. It almost looks like bits of it are more fossilized than others. That's certainly what it felt like when I was working with it. And this is the 5-piece neck I mentioned of maple and mahogany. And then we've got a headstock volute up here to give it a bit more strength. So let's hear what it sounds like now. So you can see balance-wise it's perfect. No hands and it's not falling. No neck dive or anything like that. It's nice and neutral. So let's just go over some of the sounds from the preamp now. So this is set to neutral. You can hear the centre detent on this. So these are both in the middle, bass and treble. And this is in active mode. So now we're going to passive. So you can really not hear any difference. That's what I really like about this preamp. You can set it so passive mode is the same as flat, which is nice. But now we're going to go back into active mode, so push down and push pull. Now we're going to boost the treble and the bass, which is my favourite sound from this. Now let's hear what it sounds like with the bass maxed out. So at this point the walls start shaking. basic at that point. So now we're going to hear what it sounds like done with a proper recording rather than just through the camera mic, through software, and with some drums as well. And this was done with the preamp, with the bass and the treble slightly boosted, but not as much as this. Hope you enjoy it.